Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Team Near Her podcast, where the words to live by here are if you want to do it right, collect what you like. But for today's FANime talk segment, the words that we go by here are if you want to view it right, anime for life. And today we're going to tie up Record of Ragnarok with part 3. But before we get into that, let's holler at Steven Alonzo. How are you guys doing today?
Alonzo, take it away, bro.
Oh man, I'm doing fantastic. Like I feel so relaxed, so much better. I'm excited to hang out with Los Hermanos Guapos. Because like I missed out last time, so I'm looking forward to just talking about Record of Ragnarok. I'm all caught up. I was excited. So I'm ready to go. What about you, Steve?
Oh, I'm ready, y'all. I know you guys are out there. You guys have probably vested time in, but we're closing the first season out. I know I'm ready. So it's your boy, Steve, back home where he's supposed to be.
That's right.
I'm glad to be home, man. Glad to be home. Hey, Eric, what's going on with you, brother?
Doing well. It's your boy, Eric the Phoenix. I'm just glad to see everybody, to all of us together again. And even more excited for the people in the chat. Steve, you want to holler at the people in the chat?
Oh, yeah, man. First and foremost, let's go ahead and get that Team Nerd Herd moderators that love. Brother number one, brother Rudy, all up in the mix, always supporting. Got to give shout out to brother Jordan as well, man. I know he's been spending time with the fam bam, so Team Nerd Herd loves it. Something Wong, something white always is gonna happen, man. He was coming with the heat yesterday, making us laugh. And then you got the anime, etc., the anime, etc., senpai, and then the music. All up in the ears, playing them luscious, luxurious sounds. We got DJ Abomination. And then you got Plain Clothes D, my boy Darian Body, always bodying those luscious beats. And now we're going to go ahead and jump into the chat, man. Let's go ahead and get love to the chat. Speaking of the anime, etc., senpai. Oh, you got Sheena all up in the building. HK Wifey 420. What's going on, girl? Much love. You got El Huevos. What's cracking, El Huevos? We got Comic Talks Weekly. Comic Talks Phil, man. Brother Phil, man. How's it going, man? And you got something Wong already getting the popcorn ready, man. He's ready to roll. I think we are. I know Eric the Phoenix is up in here. I'm kind of rolling down, guys. We got the back issue Paulie. Ayo, my man. Ayo, Paulie. Yo, he was at Terrific Con, chilled with the fam bam over there, Justin and everybody, man. Good dude, man. Great Fuzzy dude. Dunlop, what's cracking, my brother? What is cracking? Ricky P. Ricky P.
Oh, Ricky P.
That's how I'm gonna say it from now on, Ricky P. Oh, what's cracking, brother Jeff? Always representing, man. Jeff? If y'all missed our show last night, my boy Jeff was hooking us up with some knowledge, man. Let me just tell you, we got some things in the works. Oh man, look at Comics on the Edge. What's going on, my brother? Low grades familia up in here. And then you got my man. He said, "Hey yo, hermano,
J2, baby,
gifted with the mic and that voice, man, just luscious." All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I know I'm gonna hand this off to Eric the Phoenix. He's gonna go ahead and kind of give us a rundown on this final season, guys. It was epic. So let's go ahead and get into it, my brother.
Boom. All right, man. So for those of you that are viewing and haven't watched part 1 and 2, I recommend go back, watch 1 and 2. But just to kind of give you a little bit of catch up, humanity is in a battle for basically all of their lives. We have gods that are just wanting to do us in, and so far it's not looking so good for humanity right now. The gods are too zip for us, you guys. We're not looking too good. And so this part of the segment starts out with us just kind of, things are looking pretty grim. And our Valkyrie, Brunhilde, she's kind of orchestrating all of this, and she's choosing the fighters, and we're putting her in a pickle, because though we're doing our best, we're just not cutting the mustard. And so she is trying to choose her third combatant, and to her surprise, what's up, T. Ravis? How's it going, man? To her surprise, a gentleman actually comes into the room where she is actually selecting the fighters, and he just kind of picks himself, and she's looking at this. The people do not match. So You know, I don't know what Steve, what you and Alonzo thought about when you see the image of this guy. We see a young buck samurai, but that is not the character that we see. Was that surprising to you guys? That catch you off guard?
I was flammed. I felt catfished.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, I mean, you're looking at Broomhilde, and she's picking everybody, all the fighters that are in their prime. Like these guys are the epitome of strength, youth, everything. And then you get this next combatant, and he's old, and you're just like, what is going on? How is this guy in his prime? It's nuts.
You know what though, yo? When I saw him come in though, it doesn't matter that he's older. As soon as I saw him with the samurai sword, I was like, "This is my man, 50 grand. He's gonna do us something proper." But yeah, man, I felt feeling flamed.
Yeah, no, I agree with you what you said, Steven. I definitely, you know, have a soft spot for the samurai, you know. And I guess the cool thing that I did think about this is how Alonzo said that they bring the combatants at their prime 100%. He comments and says that he has yet to actually meet his prime, which is why he's looking so old. So this is actually the golden age of what our fighter is, and our fighter is goes by the name of Sasaki Kojiro. And let me tell you guys, he's just from a few glimpses of what just him entering, you could see that this guy is the real deal. However, he is faced up against somebody that he's a beast, you guys. He not only is he the one of the brothers of Zeus, but he is the king of the sea, you guys. He's up against Poseidon, and Poseidon in this world, you guys, he is very ruthless, very stoic, kind of looking guy, very arrogant. He just is just kind of like a man, just a man to himself. He just does not care for anybody else, even including his fellow brethren, the gods. He just thinks that he's just made perfect, top dog, and everybody on the god side actually fears him. So that goes to tell you just how high up the ladder that Kojiro, the battle that he's going to have to go up against, how high he just has to go to try to defeat this god. And what's up, Rudy? And so we get a little bit of backstory on Poseidon, just to give you kind of like how just tough this guy is, and just what he ends up doing is that goes through a little bit of a backstory of another brother of Zeus that was actually claimed as one of the 13 gods of Olympus, but he tries to overthrow Zeus, and this the brother's name is Adamus. So the form that Zeus took to defeat Adam, it's named after this brother. This brother is trying to take over, Olympus, wants the top seat, and Poseidon just has no part of it. He doesn't want anything to do with them. He's pretty much ridiculing his older brother, and just very disrespectful, does not make eye contact. So that's going to be a key thing, you guys. And when Adamus comes to rush him, he just gets done in, you guys. Poseidon impales him with his trident and just kind of does away with him, you guys. So Poseidon is bad news. But you guys, I want to let you guys know just a little bit about Sasaki, because his backstory and who he is, you guys, is also something to be said. It's very different. I felt like the story, his background was very original. It just was a breath of fresh air. Steve and Alonzo, I don't know if you guys felt the same.
I did, but can I just add a couple things about Poseidon really quickly? Because
yeah, sure.
Not only is Poseidon like this badass in his mind, I mean, you kind of touched upon it. He is just like, he's perfect. Yes. He believes he's perfect. He's a god. So everybody around him, they're just like they just don't matter. Right. So he has that attitude, that arrogance that you mentioned around him. That's why he doesn't look anybody in the eye, because he doesn't see an equal. He doesn't see an equal at all. All he sees are just like nothing. Like, you guys don't matter. I am perfect.
Yep. Bugs.
It's nuts. And then you have Kojiro, and the thing about him that I love is like he has never won a single fight while he was alive. And you're just like, what the hell is happening? And then you have the crowd's just going boo, like who is this guy? Like, oh, my dad's so much better. My dad beat him. Oh my god.
Yeah, so as far as humanity goes, we're seeing our combatant dubbed the greatest loser in history, you guys. So not only are we getting an old timer, but we're getting somebody with a title like that. If I was on the stands, you guys, I would not be pumped. I would be fearing for my life. Like, we're just done deal. You know, we're dead. You know, but go ahead, Steven.
Sorry. I was going to say, I got to say that one part though, man, was when him and Brunhilde were having that conversation, and she's in doubt. She's like, I think we're done. And the water jug falls. And he's so fast with his sword that he's able to catch it. And, like, that's just technique. And that is technique, man. If you could catch a jug that's falling with your sword, you know.
Alonzo's about to give us a demonstration right now.
Yeah, where's your sword? You know, you're gonna hear this loud slam and just water. All right.
That'd be.
But I thought that part was dope.
Yeah. No, Steve, I agree with you 100%. And if that, is just like the tip of the iceberg for this guy. So the reason why Sasaki Kojiro is dubbed the greatest loser in history, played mental games. Rudy, I'm glad you mentioned that because, so a little bit of backstory on Sasaki Kojiro is that the reason why he has has this title is because he has fought many different foes throughout his lifetime. And each time he goes up against somebody, purposefully, he is going up against an opponent that is skillfully higher than he is. And so he kind of already is going into this knowing that he's going to lose, but he is giving it his all. He does try to learn from nature. He has his own little kind of trading regimen that he does. But his ultimate quest is just to become stronger. He just wants to meet his absolute peak in the way of the sword, you guys. And he does this perfectly. And going back to what Rudy had mentioned is that whenever he loses a fight, oftentimes if he knows he's going to lose hard, he'll just surrender. But like a chess player, you guys, he will think of moves ahead. And so he becomes so skilled about his other opponent that he will purposefully fight them over and over in his head. And he's not giving himself any, handicaps. If he is getting defeated, even in his head, he counts that, and he will list the number of how many times it takes him to defeat an opponent in his head. And he's so skillful at this that one of his masters comes to visit him years later, who at one time Kojiro actually did challenge his master. Master comes into his little shack, and with the master had gone blind over the years, and even with that, you guys, he is still able to somehow see the spiritual battles that he has had, and he's defeated every single one of these guys. So this is just the very tip, and this only continues on throughout his story, you guys, until he gets runs across basically another swordsman by the name of Musashi, and he is as they're battling, you guys, he wants to say, I want to give up, but this battle is just so invigorating. It's bringing life into him. He's saying he's just having too much fun, and he's saying, I just do not want this to end. And unfortunately, like all good battles, this is how Sasaki meets his end. However, I guess it's kind of a blessing in disguise because now we have Sasaki Kurosuro fighting for us, you guys. So that's a bit of relief right there. And so we get into the battle full-fledged, and he is trying. He's basically fighting Poseidon in his head for a brief moment until he makes his advance, and he starts to really put the pedal to the metal, and he comes in with forward slashes, a rising up slash that even Poseidon, a god, is very surprised to see that he was able to perform such a feat. And not only that, he actually gets Poseidon looking at him in his eyes. So that goes to show you just one thing, that Sasaki is, kind of getting a little bit of a win there. Getting some of that respect. But one thing that's right, pedal to the metal. But one thing that when you're in a battle like this, especially up against the gods, it just goes to show you that there is a huge gap that we actually have to fill in order to try to be a worthy opponent. But the good thing about Sasaki Kurosuro is that because he has acquired this skill of fighting the opponent in his head and having such a move set, I believe the move, the term that they call this is the Senju Moshu, Senju Mashu. And what's good, Jay?
What's good, baby?
What this is basically allowing him to do is he's able to see the god's techniques before it even happens. So as things are going, he's doing pretty well for himself until the god Poseidon decides to step it up. And this is where we start to see a little bit more of just the pacing is very different. Poseidon speeds things up, and he so much so. What's up, Inja?
Yeah, she be watching anime too. I know.
Yeah, there we go.
So really quickly, Eric.
Yeah.
So you know what, you're absolutely right. Like in his mind, like he's predicting every single move that Poseidon's going to do just based on his stance, the way his gait, the way he's breathing. I mean, Kojiro's taking all of that in just to make sure that he gets a great picture of this fighter. And then in his mind, just to Rudy's point, like he's replaying all these scenarios. Like if he does this, what am I going to do? And it's fantastic. I love how, in the animation, how they kind of form this like illusion of Poseidon, and how the way he moves and how he's predicting everything. I mean, it's fantastic. That special ability that Kojiro has, that ability to predict. I mean, it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's kind of like God, what's that movie that we always like to watch, Eric, with freaking Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai. It's that
Yeah.
You know how he has those envisions of as he defeats those three guys. That's total. It could be like what would be called total center, right?
Yep. Or foresight. It is definitely a foresight. Being able to be a step ahead or many steps ahead of your opponent, and. Not only is he taking everything that Poseidon, all of his movements, but in doing that with all the many battles that he has had, he's taking all of that information that his body, his mind had, acquired over the years, and he's applying all of that. So everybody that he's fought is in the back, cheering Sasaki on, and even with the cheers, you guys. That's right. Oh, he's letting the cat out of the bag, Jay.
Talk about that.
Oh, spoiler.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that soon.
Yeah, we will. And so, even with that, though, Poseidon is still a little too much for Sasaki, and he draws first blood. He actually breaks the sword that Sasaki Kurosuro is using, and so our Valkyries are kind of sweating this because that's their sister, and the sister's name is Reese, and or wrist. And Sasaki is just not going to give up. He's saying that this is one battle that he just wants to win, and he goes, grabs the broken blade, and to our surprise, with this particular sister, she actually has a 2-power, like a split personality. Her name, I believe it has to do with the one who trembles with fear and rage. So Sasaki takes those swords, and they transform into yet another divine treasure. And this is where the battle really gets thick. And Poseidon has to also step it up. And even still, you kind of see a little bit of humanity's despair, because as much as Kurojiro is fighting, it's still starting to become too much. And I love the way they do. They make this out in the anime, you guys. They just put it as, man, just there's the depths of the sea is just too far, and whenever you think you reach the bottom, there's just further. It just continues to go. So it just really goes to show you the depths of what he's feeling in this battle. But he has the heart of a warrior, you guys, and he hears his comrades, all of the individuals that have fought him once before. They are all cheering him on, and he just kind of gets the feeling of, what, I have to persevere, you guys. And that is truly the way of the samurai. And he just does it, you guys. He uses his ultimate technique, which is another kind of scanning, manju mushu, and it's basically his scanning skills of being able to predict. It's just magnified, and he's really able to do it on a incredible level, so much so that he is able to disarm Poseidon, literally cuts his arm off with the trident in it. And Poseidon is still not giving up, grabs his trident in, and he's still trying to do Kurojiro in. But Kurojiro continues, disarms the other arm, and finally, the ultimate finish. This is what happens. Something wrong. Yeah, Kurojiro, in a very poetic way, defeats Poseidon in the same way that he actually had maimed the last person, Musashi, the last person that he fought, who he gave him scars on his face. He just crosses them out right there, you guys. And he just, Poseidon has nothing to say except to call Sasaki Kurojiro just like, you loser, but he claimed the victory, you guys. So humanity finally gets its first victory. I don't know about you guys, we're stoked, but the gods, on the other hand, you just hear absolute silence, you guys. And so now the gods are in a position where they realize that this has become a serious thing. One of their best gods has bitten the dust. So it does instill a little bit of fear, especially for the Greek gods. And Zeus is not that happy. So he's wanting to put yet another Greek god in front of the other gods, because he says, we need some retribution. We need to show these humans, as kind of fascinating and unpredictable as they are, we're going to get them. We're going to get it to them. And so there is a little bit of mystery, because we do see Brunhilde talking to Hermes. Hermes is obviously on the god side, who's Zeus's herald. And so there is a little bit of mystery. We don't really know what they're talking about. It could be the next combatants and something that they're a request that needed to be made, or it could be something a little thicker, chat. So I'm not too sure. We're going to find out. Unfortunately, we're not going to find out, because this is going to wrap up season 1. But we do get favorite Looney Tunes character of the time.
You gotta know that, right?
I will tell you in just a minute, right? Or you know what? Marvin the Martian. I can tell you right now, Marvin the Martian. Right. And so now we get the next 2 combatants, you guys, and this is kind of it's ironic, it feels, you guys, because as our brother Jay mentioned earlier, we get on the humanity side, we get Jack the Ripper,
Woo!
And on the god side, we get Hercules. So I don't know, Steve and Lonzo. I mean, I want to get your guys' take on it because we get a villain fighting for humanity, and the gods are getting what history knows as a hero. What do you guys think about this?
Hercules.
Oh hell no, you did not. You're going with the gods?
And you know what? It's a mass murderer or Hercules.
He's saving our humanity, bro. Like we're gonna be. They're trying to smite us, Lonzo.
You know what? We can give him this one. Let's just give him this one. And just make it up in the next rounds, right?
I suppose we could. We could. Although I do gotta say that that knowing that we're gonna have to cheer for a villain for our lives, it does give a little bit of a feeling of just what kind of tricks are going to be up his sleeve.
That's true. That's true. She makes a good point.
What does that say about humanity?
It means we're trying to live, girl. We're trying to live.
Desperation rears its ugly head, and literally, we got one of the ugliest guys. That is going to be fighting for all of our lives. So if we want to continue to live, we got to put our hopes into Jack the Ripper, and hopefully he could beat. How do you go, Alonzo? Hercules. And with that, we just get left on the cliffhanger, you guys. We do not get the battle itself. We just get a little bit of the arena change. We're going to be fighting kind of like in London, all dark, but that's going to leave us and tie this series up, you guys. So I if you guys haven't watched it yet, again, go back and watch it. So that way, hit us up on IG. I'd love to hear what you guys' thoughts are. List down in the comments below what you guys have thought about it. We definitely would love to hear what you guys have to say. What's up, Marshall? And and with that, I mean, this is gonna wrap up this segment, you guys, but I do want to let you guys know what we got in store for you guys next Monday. We are going to be visiting a series that many anime lovers are a fan of. Alonzo, I'm surprised, my friend, that you have yet to see this, but that's all right. That's all right. There's always time. We are going to be discussing basically our top 5 favorite Naruto battles, and we are bringing in 2 special guests, you guys. We are going to be bringing in D-Anime and Comics Are Great, you guys. So we got 2 friends of the herd, you guys. I'm super stoked to have them. I really do appreciate the fact that they are going to be on board with us. This segment.
We got a John Lover 1. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
Oh man, show the full design on full. Whose design? You want to see Alonzo's design?
I think he wants to see your design, Steve. You're always flexing with the shirts, man.
Ain't no flexing here, bro. Ain't no flexing, man. Ain't nobody want to see that. It's a nice white X-Men tee, bro. I'll describe it to you. But with that being said, we are going to give you 1, uno, dos, y tres, right there. Right there, man. Much love.
Kisses.
Much love, John.
Thank you, John.
Yes, appreciate it,
everyone. Right there, John. Right there. You get that?
Oh, yeah. Show them that X-Men.
That's that X-Men love right there. Bam.
And then also, too, just a quick announcement for you guys, Sparks and Caroline, on their channel, You Promised Me Comics. Head on over there right now. I put the link to their channel. They're having their 750 sub giveaway, so make sure to tune into them as soon as we wrap up. And are we done?
Yeah, this is it, you guys. I mean, we definitely would want you guys to go and let's go ahead and raid Caroline and Sparks right now. And again, with that being said, you guys, we'll tune you in next week for some Naruto with our 2 special guests. The Anime and Comics Are Great. And with that being said, you guys, we'll see you over there at You Promised Us Comics. But I want to leave you guys with this. You know what the slogan is.
Hit them with it, baby. Hit them with it.
You want to view it right. Anime for life.
Peace. Much love, y'all.